Hi, this is Womenfolk with Palesa Mbuga, a podcast about faith, growth, and healing for the womenfolk. Thank you so much for tuning in. In today's episode, we are going to have a very introspective time. I really believe that doors of healing will be open if you open yourself up to what we will be talking about. If possible, I'm going to ask you to really sit back, be in a place where you can relax and listen, so that you can listen to yourself, where you can be aware of what you're thinking and feeling. Because sometimes, I know for myself, I listen to podcasts sometimes on the move, but this is not that kind of episode. I need you to really sit back, relax, listen, so that you can listen. Now, we are going to unpack a statement together. This is something that I'm going to ask you even after this podcast to think about it, meditate on it, ponder it and its impact on you. So I'm going to read the statement twice and I'm going to read it slowly. And this is what it says. It says, when life takes you to places that you never imagined you would go, allow yourself to go and make sure that you collect everything that you need to collect without sifting. I'll say it again. When life takes you to places that you never imagined you would go, allow yourself to go and make sure you collect everything that you need to collect without sifting. Now we're going to break that statement up in segments. The first one is when life takes you. See, sometimes life takes us to places. And the way that life takes us to places is through life events. These are the things that happen to us, the things that happen around us. It can be an unexpected passing of a loved one. It can be a diagnosis from a doctor. It can be losing a job. You see, these things, when life is taking you to these places, these are not places that you choose. Life has taken you there. Life has brought you there. And it is very important to realize the places that life takes us. Realize that, okay, I am in this place, this space of lack. I am in the space of anger. I am in the space of joy. I am in the space of frustration because of this life event that I did not choose. It's important to realize that, okay, I am here. Now, the thing about these life events where life takes us is that many times when we think about it, when we relate to it, we find that there is a bit of resistance within us, resistance to accept it. We don't like being here because we didn't choose this place. We didn't even imagine that we would be here. When you thought of the idea of how your life would be, you never imagined that things would pan out this way. You never imagined that you would have lost a loved one. You never imagined that you would be sitting here unable to study, go to varsity. You never imagined that you would be struggling to have a child. You never imagined it. And many times that we have that resistance because this is not the place we want to be. But my sisters, I want to let you know that resistance doesn't help. Why? Because you are here. You are in this place called here. So resisting it is not going to help you be here. Neither is it going to help you to go through this season. You see, we cannot wish that we are not here because we are here. We cannot wish that we were living in a certain neighborhood with certain people, wearing certain clothes, having a certain job. No, that's not going to help us move from here. We need to accept the fact that we are here. And even as we come to a place of acceptance of the place that life has brought us, one thing that we need to remember is the place where you are is the place of God's authority. There is no experience that you can have. There is no life event that you can go through that can place you in a place outside of the authority of God. Even if you are 12 disciples with Jesus going through a storm that you did not choose, a storm that you did not ask for, you are still with the one who has the authority, the one who, with a word can change the situation in a moment. You are not outside of the place of his authority. You see, he commands the winds and the rains. He commands the seasons of plenty. He even commands the seasons of famine. So when you are in a place that you did not choose, a place that you have been brought to by life, by the events of life, know that you are still in the place of the authority of God. So let's continue with our statement. When life takes you to places that you never imagined you would go. Again, you never imagined this. You never planned this place. You never thought that you would be here. It was not part of your imagination. And here's the thing about you not imagining that you would be here is that, if you had imagined that you could be here or that you would be here, what you would do is you would prepare for this moment, right? You would prepare for this season. You would gather the resources you need for the place that you would be going. But because you didn't imagine it, you find yourself feeling that you do not have the strength to deal with it. You do not have the patience to go through it. You do not have the love to pour out to the people that are demanding that love be poured out to them. You feel like you do not have what you would have loved to gather for this place, but you are still here. When life takes you to places that you never imagined you would go, allow yourself to go. Yes, allow yourself to go. You see, just as I said that there's no place that you can go that's outside of the authority of God, as people of God, we need to know that God allows and permits the seasons of our lives. He allows and permits it. And he does so because there is something that season, that experience, that place that you go to, there's something that it is supposed to do in you. There's something that life's event is supposed to do, something in you. God does not waste experiences. God does not waste experiences. There's someone who needs to hear this. God does not waste experiences. He uses what we go through to do something good in us, to do something that will result in his glory. So we need to allow ourselves to go through, to go to that place that the life events are taking us to, have brought us to. See, God knows what life experiences that we need in order for us to be refined, in order for us to be, wait for it, exposed, in order for us to have a better understanding of who we are. Because sometimes we go through life having ideals of who we are, but when we go through certain life experiences, you're like, actually, no. I thought I could, but I can't. I thought I would, but I won't. God knows what we need to go through for us to be refined, exposed, cleaned, strengthened, educated, healed, restored. And sometimes He breaks before He heals because we were not aware that we were deformed in the first place. But He knows what He needs to do. He knows where we need to go. And because He loves us so much, He will take us through that. So you need to allow yourself, when you allow yourself to be in that place, that is when you will discover the intention. When you let go of the resistance that you may be feeling, you discover the why. But you need to allow yourself to be present, to be there. We also need to be aware that as we're going through the seasons, the experiences, the life events, that we form ideas. We have preconceived ideas about why we are there. We have preconceived ideas of what brought us there. We project our thoughts and our ideas onto what is really going on, but we need to let that go. Because we never imagined that we would be there. You never thought that you'd be there, but God knew. You never thought that you'd need to go through that, but God knew, and He knows His why. But we will not be able to tap into His divine intention if we are holding on to our preconceived ideas. And we also need to be aware of what we are discovering about ourselves. We need to be aware that, okay, I've discovered that I am more impatient than I thought I was. I am more unforgiving than I thought I was. I let go of things that I shouldn't let go and hold on to things that I shouldn't hold on to. We discover things about ourselves, and those are the things that God needed us to be aware of, that we were not going to be aware of had we not had the life event, the life experience. We need to allow ourselves to be there. Allow yourself, my friend. Allow yourself, my sister, to be here. When life takes you to places that you never imagined you would go, allow yourself to go and make sure you collect everything you need to collect. Make sure as you're going through what you're going through, make sure as you are in that place that you never thought that you would be, that you collect the lessons, you collect the self-discovery, you collect the correction, you collect the encouragement, you collect it, you pick it up, you take it into your basket that you need as you go through your life, because believe you me, you are going through what you're going through, not for now, but because you're going to need it for later. You collect it, and the statement ends, it says, without sifting. So without sifting means that you are the one who's now taking out and saying, okay, no, this is how it's supposed to be. I'm going to choose this encouragement, but I'm not going to take that lesson. I'm going to draw strength from there, but I'm not going to take that rebuke. I'm going to sift what I'm gaining in my life experience through this life event. No, just take in everything that God wants you to take in, and He will guide you by His Spirit, His presence, and His word. He will guide you as to how you need to apply it, how you need to use it. I'm going to say that statement again. When life takes you to places that you never imagined you would go, allow yourself to go. And make sure you collect everything that you need to collect without sifting. Remember, God doesn't waste life events. God doesn't waste situations. No, He doesn't. So, let's go through them. Let's go to the places we never imagined. Let's gather what we need to gather. Let's learn what we need to learn. Let's collect what we need to collect. And trust that God knows what He's doing. I'm going to ask you to really take everything in. It's a bit much. You're going to need some time to digest it, to mull over it, to meditate over it, on it, under it, through it, all of that. Just to sit on it for a little bit, because there's something that I believe God's Spirit wants you to draw from that. Thank you so much for tuning into Womenfolk with Palesa Mbuga. I hope that you were challenged, encouraged, and I know that this will bring a deeper level of healing. Until the next podcast, take care. Bye.